It looks on a year-on-year basis not great, so I'm wondering why the stock is up.
I think it's really interesting that they're cutting the 787 production rate. I mean, that had been a worry point. CEO Dennis Muilenburg basically said they were assuming a recovery in demand in China to maintain production at that current rate. So to see them taking that down, that's been a really strong product for them. And that signals that they don't necessarily expect all of those China orders to come through, which of course is a longer term issue for Boeing. I do think it's very interesting. I mean, at least from my quick scan of the results, I don't see another charge here for customer compensation. Now, they may still be working that out, but the fact that there's not another big, massive, multi-billion-dollar charge here related to the grounding of the 737 MAX may be something of a relief for investors.
Oh, fair point. And again, they're saying things like top priority remains a safe return to service of the MAX. No significant change to the MAX's estimated potential. Still looking at the fourth quarter. Is that going to be good enough, though? I mean, you see airliners not assuming a fourth quarter delivery, pushing it back to the first quarter of 2020.
I'm very surprised that they're sticking with this timeline, and it may just be that they don't have information at this point to lead them to come up with a new timeline. But based on everything we've seen, I mean, all of the airlines at this point are not expecting to have this as part of their fleets until January 2020 at the earliest. You, of course, also have the emergence of those instant messages between Boeing test pilots talking about potentially having concerns with that software control system that was at the heart of those two fatal crashes. That's raised the concern of whether or not the FAA can politically allow this plane to go back into the sky. You, of course, have Muilenburg set to testify before the Senate and the House next week, and I think we're going to see a very fiery, hostile exchange there. A lot of doubts over that timeline, and I think it's very interesting that Boeing is sticking with it, although obviously perhaps a vote of confidence here if you want to be optimistic, but I feel like that has to be rolled back eventually.